Did you know? Every year, millions of seniors pass away too soon. Not because of fate, not because of genetics, but because of 5 seemingly harmless mistakes they repeat every single day, in their habits, their thoughts, their way of life. These silent but dangerous mistakes are like hidden currents. No one notices them until it's too late. And this almost happened to Mr. John, 73 years old. A father, a grandfather, and a respected teacher loved by the whole neighborhood. He thought he was living a healthy life, eating right, never smoking, practicing morning Tai Chi. But then, one June afternoon, he collapsed in his garden, just 20 minutes away from the emergency room. The doctors said, "If you had been any later by even a few minutes, we probably wouldn't have been able to do anything." What shocked his whole family wasn't just his health condition. It was the cause behind it. Not some serious disease, but one tiny mistake he'd been making every day, for over 10 years. And that's just one of the 5 mistakes quietly killing seniors every single day. Mr. John was lucky to be saved. But not everyone gets that chance. And maybe, right now, you or someone you love is unknowingly repeating one of these mistakes. Especially mistake number 3. A habit so common that 90% of seniors believe it's harmless. Watch this entire video, because if you catch these mistakes in time, you could save a life. Maybe your own, or someone you love the most. Meet Mr. John, 73 years old, living right here in New York. He used to be a math teacher, strict but full of kindness. His whole life, he taught his students about logic, precision, and how to live with integrity. Everyone thought Mr. John was careful, because he always did everything by the book. A 30-minute walk in the park every morning. Green tea instead of coffee. No smoking, no drinking. He even cooked his own meals to control salt and sugar. He believed, "I'm living a healthy life." And everyone else thought so, too. Until that fateful afternoon. Mr. John was about to take a shower when suddenly he felt dizzy, his limbs weak, and then he collapsed to the floor. His whole family panicked. The ambulance sped through the streets, sirens blaring. No one said a word. At the hospital, the doctor quietly reviewed his test results, then looked him straight in the eye and said, "Mr. John, if you don't make changes right now, I'm afraid you won't live to see your 80th birthday." That was the moment Mr. John, who always thought he was in control, realized there was something he completely missed. The tests showed blood pressure dangerously high, kidneys starting to fail, memory seriously declining. And the most important part, it wasn't because of age. It wasn't a sudden illness. It was 5 seemingly harmless mistakes he'd been making every day, without even knowing it. After that shock, he began a journey to turn his life around, learning, understanding, and fixing those mistakes one by one. And now he wants to share his story with you, so you don't have to face the same tragedy he did. Number 1, healthy silence, or the silent trap that could kill you. After retiring, Mr. John felt relieved. No more grading papers late at night. No more meetings, paperwork, or early alarms. He called it total rest, a well-earned reward for a lifetime of hard work. Every morning, he'd casually water his plants. At noon, watch the news quietly. In the afternoon, calmly brew a pot of tea. Day after day, it seemed peaceful. But in reality, he was slowly disappearing from the world. Besides his wife, he didn't talk to anyone. No students calling his name anymore. No laughter, no debates, no random check-ins. The silence he thought was healthy was actually the quietest trap of all. And science proves it. A Harvard study spanning over 70 years shows long-term loneliness increases the risk of early death by 50%. That's the same as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's a neurotoxin that shrinks the brain's memory center. It makes seniors more prone to depression, insomnia, heart problems, even losing their sense of direction in life. Mr. John didn't know this until the doctor asked, "How many people do you talk to in a week, besides your wife?" He froze. For the first time, he realized he was living too quietly. And then he decided to make a change. On Monday, he signed up for online music lessons, even though he'd never played before. On Wednesday, he joined a neighborhood chess club. On Friday, he called 3 old friends and made plans for weekly morning coffee. No talk about illness, just stories from the past and loud laughter. After just a few months, Mr. John felt younger. His memory improved. His sleep deepened. And most importantly, he felt alive again. Not because his body was stronger, but because his soul was reconnected. Do you see yourself or someone you love living in that kind of silence? Don't wait until the doctor asks you, "Who have you talked to all week?" Because isolation doesn't bang on the door loudly, quietly steals pieces of your life, day by day. Number 2, old school eating. Thought it was good. Turns out it's toxic. Older folks need to eat bland. The blander, the better. That's what Mr. John believed for years. No fatty meat. No sugary sweets. No exotic dishes. His meals were the same every day. A thin bowl of rice porridge, some low-fat instant noodles, pickled veggies, and a splash of soy sauce. Sometimes he'd switch it up, but only with cabbage soup and some salt. He thought he was eating healthy, but the truth was, his body was crying for help. Here's the scary fact. A lot of seniors, just like Mr. John, eat this old-style way without realizing. Low-fat instant noodles still have preservatives and hidden sugars. Soy sauce and pickles pack a heavy load of sodium, raising blood pressure and damaging kidneys. Thin porridge is easy to digest but almost zero fiber or vitamins. And it took a toll. During a checkup after a mild stroke, the doctor found his body was under low-grade inflammation causing fatigue, insomnia, frequent colds, and slow recovery. Not from some complex disease, but from what he ate every day. So he changed. Not extreme. Not forcing himself. Just getting it right. He started eating 5 colors of veggies every day: dark greens, reds, oranges, purples. Cut out white sugar completely, replacing it with natural sweetness from fruit. Every morning, a warm glass of water with a few thin slices of ginger. Cooking his own veggie soups with turmeric, ginger, and olive oil, no seasoning packets, no MSG. Felt strange at first. But after just 3 months, something amazing happened. He lost 11 pounds naturally. Slept well, no meds needed. And at his next checkup, his blood work was better than it had been in 5 years. You might be thinking, I eat just fine. But take a closer look. Are you nourishing your body or quietly poisoning it? Because getting older doesn't mean eating less. It means eating smarter. The older you get, nutrition isn't about restriction. It's about wisdom. If you're still watching this video and finding these valuable insights, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 3. Overusing medication, thinking it heals, but it brings harm. There's something few people say out loud. It's that older folks don't die from diseases. They die from treating too many diseases at once. After his first emergency, Mr. John started taking meds exactly as the doctors prescribed. Each from a different clinic. Blood pressure meds here. Joint meds there. Stomach meds somewhere else. Plus liver supplements, sleeping pills, brain boosters. 9 different meds every day. Every morning, he'd sit in front of his pill tray like a clock, taking them on time, following the prescription. He thought he was doing the right thing. But then, strange things started happening. Joint meds eased the pain, but his blood pressure shot up. Sleeping pills helped him fall asleep, but during the day he was confused and unfocused. The brain booster he bought on his own had a mild stimulant that kept him awake at night. No one was managing the whole picture. Each doctor saw just one piece. No one asked, "What else are you taking at home?" No one dared cut out a single pill. Here's the painful truth. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society shows people over 65 who take more than 5 meds a day have an 88% higher risk of death, just from silent drug interactions. Medicine is supposed to save lives, but uncontrolled, it's a double-edged sword. And Mr. John wasn't willing to accept that. One morning, he gathered all his meds in a bag and went to a big city pharmacy. Asked for a thorough cross-check of every ingredient. Then, he met with his family doctor who knew his overall health. Together, they created a smart medication plan. Before adding any new pill, he always asks, is this treating the disease or just masking symptoms? Can diet, sleep, or exercise replace this? Is there a plan to reduce or stop meds once stable? 6 months later, his med list shrank to just 4 essential drugs. He sleeps well without sleeping pills. His memory is sharper. His blood pressure stabilizes naturally. And he says, I'm not living on meds anymore. I'm really living. Maybe you or your parents or grandparents are taking a bunch of meds every day. But don't assume more meds means better. Because not every pill is necessary, and not every doctor sees the full picture. Number 4. Ignoring movement, letting your body decay silently. After his fall in the bathroom, Mr. John started getting scared. Scared of climbing stairs. Scared of bending down. Scared of those slippery tiles out on the porch. He started shrinking back, taking slow, careful steps, avoiding any big movements, even the smallest ones. And nobody told him that fear was causing his body to break down from the inside out. Did you know? Every week without movement, seniors lose 1 to 3% of their muscle strength. Just 3 months of resting to be safe. And he couldn't even stand up from a chair without armrests. Sitting down and getting up, he needed help. His back started to hunch. His knees cracked every time he walked. Not because he was too old, but because his body was starving for movement. Science proves it. Physical activity is the #1 way for seniors to lower their risk of early death, boost memory, prevent osteoporosis, and maintain balance. Not moving doesn't make you safer. It makes you quietly weaker. So he decided to start small. Every morning he does 3 essential moves. Sit down and stand up from a chair 5 times. Balance on each leg for 10 seconds. Reach down to touch his knees, waking up his back and abs. No weights, no treadmill, just taking back control of his own body. 3 months later, he signed up for a gentle dance class. 6 months later, he started playing light badminton every afternoon. 1 year later, he became a yoga instructor for the local seniors group. And he always tells people, no muscle is ever too old to come back. Only people give up on them too soon. Are you thinking, I'm too old to start exercising now? But the moment you stop moving is the moment life inside you starts to fade. Movement doesn't have to be intense, just consistent, and it will pull you off the chair, out of the sickbed, and away from silent decay. If you're still watching this video and finding these valuable insights, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 5. Believing memory declines just because of age. That day was his grandson's 6th birthday. Family all around. Cake, balloons, laughter. But there he was, quietly standing in a corner. Because he forgot the birthday of the one kid he loved most. That night he sat alone in his room. And he cried like a child. I'm really old now. Getting forgetful. Can't do anything else. He said it like a sentence handed down, a self-fulfilling sentence. But what's the truth? It's not age that makes the brain fail. It's the belief that getting old means losing it. That's the silent killer. Neuroscience studies show older adults who believe their memory will decline over time actually lose it up to 60% faster, because their brain withdraws from effort. When you stop challenging your mind, it starts to shrink. When you stop learning, neurons stop connecting. When you stop believing, the brain stops fighting. But he refused to accept that fate. He decided to train his memory like he'd train a muscle. Every morning he opens a book, reads for at least 10 minutes. Every night, he writes down 3 things he remembered from the day in his journal. Every week, he tackles a tough science chapter, the kind of book even students hesitate to read. And every weekend, he plays brain games with his grandson. Word puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, Sudoku. After 6 months, his memory test scores blew past the average for a 60-year-old. He recalled memories he thought were lost. His first day teaching, the first time he held his wife's hand, stories from school days, and he started writing his own memoirs. Memory doesn't fade just because you're old. It fades because you stop believing you can hold onto it. Every small challenge wakes your brain up. Every new thing you learn is a hammer breaking the myth. Old means forgetful. Let your memory not fade away, but shine bright like a treasure, because only you can tell your life stories. Today, at 76, Mr. John is healthier than he was at 65. No more 9 pills a day, now just 1. He's got 3 close friend groups, chess buddies, his yoga crew, and the Saturday coffee gang. He walks 3 times a week, and he's learning classical guitar, something he never dared to dream of when he was younger. But the biggest change isn't his body, it's his mindset. I used to live just waiting to die. Now, I live to make memories, Mr. John says. You can't change the years that have passed, but you can change how you live the years ahead. Don't let these 5 seemingly harmless mistakes quietly shorten your life and steal the meaning from it. Live like Mr. John. Don't wait. Live on purpose. Are you or your parents making one of these 5 mistakes? Drop a number from 1 to 5 in the comments and share one thing you're ready to change starting today. And don't forget to like and share this video with someone you care about, because one share could literally save a life. If you want to walk this journey of health and longevity with us, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next life-changing video. Remember, it's not age that kills you, it's giving up that does.